Welcome back, everybody. There's obviously a lot going on in the gaming world, and I just want to share my thoughts on it, my personal feelings towards some of it. I guess it really started more with Grand Theft Auto 6, and right away notifying like there's going to be no physical copy, essentially no disc, right? And then also that there is kind of a paywall where you would have to buy the premium edition to unlock all the 100% of the in-game shops and some exclusive stories, right? Only open for business with Ultimate Edition right here, like some of the wording. So this the way it will work is you'll be missing out on a couple of things. I know it's gonna be a car shop, tattoo shop, some exclusive like clothing shops, and then some missions as well. Now, as long and that increases to me the way that works is it increases the initial pay. So when people go, well, you've had like 10 years to save up $100, and I don't know if that's like a bot commenting or just someone not using their brain, because it's not about paying $100 after so many years. It's the fact that you're not going like that's the new floor at which a game will be charged. It's like, oh, you want the full game? Well, it's $100, right, to unlock all this. So it's a new. We went from DLC, like $100 being DLC, being whether it's extra skins, just nothing needed for the game, just cosmetic stuff that you enjoy, to now $100 going to be for the game to unlock 100% of the game. So for me, anybody that buys this essentially condones to when other games go to $100 to play everything, like you condone it. This is being complicit in what they're saying. So if you think that the new floor for video games with no physical copy is going to be for them to be $100, then go for it. If you agree with it, that makes sense. I Most people I would say don't agree with it. You see companies using AI, firing most studios, closing down a lot of studios, and they're going to be saving money. No physical copy also means that they're going to be saving money. That you don't have to produce that. But yeah, this for me, I'm skipping GTA 6. There's a lot of stuff that I don't agree with it, especially if you're gonna need to upload your ID. And again, some people are like, "Who cares?" Well, again, this is where you're complicit with the ID stuff, where you're giving more and more data to a video game, not even a necessary company. Um, Honestly, I put a lot of people in this section, like the people are the who cares people for a lot of this stuff, whether it's the physical copy or just uploading their ID to anybody that asks for it. I think I'm the same people that don't care about flock cameras or go like, well, I don't do anything illegal, so who cares if I'm being monitored 24/7? I put them very much in the same concept of people. So GTA 6, something I'm gonna skip unfortunately because of a couple, especially like I say, if it's true for the ID, which seems to be a lot of reports are gonna be, it's gonna be true. And obviously paywalls for a new game is gonna set the new floor on that. With PlayStation then following soon afterwards with new games will be released on the PlayStation Store, basically exclusively. So now you have a monopoly on how you could buy a game. That's the other thing with physical editions, right? You can go get from GameStop, from a marketplace, a physical copy of something used, right? And the person names their price. Like, I've played this, I don't care for it. Here, $20, you can have it. Or some more hard to find games that retain slight of their value, but you don't have to pay full price. Essentially, going digital only on a PlayStation store, and if Xbox follows with their store, means that they're the only store you could buy these games from. So there's no competition. So there's really no reason for them to cut deals, lower prices, etc. Again, if you don't care about this, you're the same person that doesn't care about GTA 6, and you're just like, whatever, I'll pay full price for everything and give total control of the licensing to the company. I don't want to own anything and I'll be happy. There is like a way I thought about it, which was like a USB drive in terms for us to have physical copies. I know no one does um, discs anymore. They don't want to, and no one wants to collect them. Maybe. I mean, I like steel cases. I have some discs, but even with the newer models, they could do a USB drive. Put the game in a USB drive that gives you a physical copy. The issue, the only reason I don't see this happening, part of the reason is that Stop Killing Games Act didn't pass, from what I know, which was an act that was gonna give you essentially single player mode and keep games alive if you bought them. Right now, if you buy a game, especially online only, and the company decides that with that game is not viable, we're closing the servers now. It's been out for a long time. That now you essentially don't get that game is done. You don't have an offline mode to play. So that failed. Unfortunately, they did have a lot of petitions signed to process that to get it to Congress, but they obviously went with the big developers, and I'm sure there was a lot of lobby for that lobbying. I'm sure, but I haven't searched how much money Ubisoft will spend on that or PlayStation. And going back to that, the PlayStation is going to be now at $900 plus. Is expected to be at 1,000, right? I would say at $1,000, you're an entry level to a PC, and if you're gonna go digital only, you might as well just go with the PC and Steam. That's a better marketplace to me than what PlayStation is gonna offer. So it's all coming together like bundled up with GTA 6, and PlayStation kind of followed. Xbox is probably gonna be in the same route. Meanwhile, this option does exist, just a USB drive with the game on it. That way you can have a physical copy of something. And really, if you want to stop like killing games and you guys want offline modes, etc., like the crew, I thought was insane that you need online all the time, right? Online access all the time. I want to be able to play game offline. It's still up to the consumer, which is you. So I'm not buying Grand Theft Auto 6, but obviously, I feel according to them, a lot of people are buying it. If you condone not owning anything, and if you condone premium editions and a new floor to what a game is going to cost for 100%, you condone all this by buying it. It's the same people that buy Madden all the time. I've looked at Madden ratings because I had a conversation with a friend, looked at them for the last, like, I don't know, 10 years, at least 5 years, and it's all a 2-star rating game. And then you see the same comments, never buying this again, never buying this. Well, they're making sales, so you are buying it. You keep thinking this time is going to be different. When you buy a game and support it, then you're telling the video game company you don't want it to change. So if you keep buying, if you're gonna buy Grand Theft Auto 6, if you're gonna buy the new PlayStation, if you're gonna buy all these things, all the new things coming out, like I said, PlayStation, Grand Theft Auto Premium Edition, you shell out, you give your ID, you give everything that they want, maybe a blood sample, who knows. You're condoning, you are giving your money to this behavior, right? It's just incentivizing this behavior. So at the end of the day, the customer still has the power, because if no one bought Grand Theft Auto 6 with those pain points, I guarantee you they're not going to ask for your ID. They're going to be like, you know what, that is too much, we're not going to do it. They're not going to say, well, no matter what, you're going to need ID. Same with physical copies. If you guys don't support the lack of physical copies, and I understand I'm on PC, but it doesn't mean I wouldn't buy a physical USB drive and download it with the steel case if that was an option. So if we make that an option, if we say we're not buying anything until that happens, or single player, oh well, in order to make money, no money, like some money is better than no money. So this is kind of a reminder that you're complicit and you're encouraging, but on in the good way, you have the power to change it. So it can still lead to change. If GTA 6 release flops, then we might see those changes. But if they make record breaking sales and Sony makes record breaking sales with all the changes, you're never going to get those changes back. So for me, it's still the consumer dictates the market. And that's something that you need to be cognitive of as a group, you know, to make that change. So that's my thought on it. Also, Conor McGregor lost. That was brutal. I love the UFC, but I'm not sure I do so much anymore. That was hard to watch. Don't have favorite fighters. So I can't say this was a brutal weekend. Watching him just like immediately, you just knew the knee was out. Oh my god. From the first kick, he just collapsed, and then he tried it again, and then he goes out again, and he's 38 years old. It's gonna be a year. Typically, that injury, ACL, whatever, MCL, DCL, DLC, CDL, it doesn't matter. It's a year, and that's he ain't coming back, dog. He's gonna be 40. But to the haters, he took the UFC to a new level. Nobody knew who Kebab was aside from like UFC followers. And Connor made new UFC followers. He took it to a whole new level. The double champ, by the way, at least went to multiple divisions. So if you hate on him, I mean, I think if I gave most people $500 million, you would see a drastic, radical change, and not for the better. Everyone thinks they can handle it. There's been plenty of studies, or not studies, but plenty of examples that show for a fact you cannot handle it. Most of you that are going to judge him and talk shit, if I gave you $500 million, you'd be dead by the weekend, doing cocaine, strippers, and who knows, maybe trying to rob something. Like, you think you're not going to be unhinged, but obviously, more than often, examples have shown no, 500 million will make you unhinged, and that's what he did. He fought he fought Mayweather. He makes 500 million, and he goes unhinged. Like anybody that worked as a plumber that now made $500 million, they won a huge lotto. Not even your average, like that's like a Powerball kind of. Now you just got $500 million being a plumber. So whatever you guys do for work, I do. I don't make insane amounts of money for work. So 500 million, yeah, I'll go. Like, it'll affect me. I would like to say just like the rest of you. Well, not for I wouldn't do this. I'll be normal. I would like to say that, and that's what I will say. Do we know? Not for sure, because it's $500 million. Like, you could do whatever you want from this point on. Luckily, I'm a little bit older, so I feel like I can keep things contained. But yeah, I mean, how many football players have went broke? Basketball players have went broke. Basketball player like ruined their lives, drug addiction. I think Delonte West is one of them. A bunch of football players basically make it out of the league and go broke immediately, not knowing how to finance their money, not knowing how to get dividends for their money, and just immediately blowing it on like everybody gets a house, things of that nature. Which that's different. That's goodwill. But if you met that person, do you think they're the same person that came out of college, the broke kid that got a scholarship? Now you give them $500 million. Do you think they act the same? I would say not as many as you think. And most of you, if you're to be honest, if you said, all right, just open up your bank account and imagine seeing five with like a bajillion zeros behind it. And how would you ask? What would be the first thing you would do? First of all, you probably tell your boss to go fuck themselves, right? Just imagine how you act towards your boss, because most of you probably don't like your boss. Now imagine the rest of your life like that, because you're worth 500. Most of you will be, not most, I would like to be optimistic, and I'll say 50-50 that that'd be like unhinged, but that's still a good percentage. So you're going to be unhinged. And that's what Connor was. He came back. I feel like some people are harder on him because he brings up religion, and some people use religion as like a beard, right? Like, oh, I converted, like I believe in God now. And they use it just for sympathy. I feel like John Jones kind of does that, right? But I feel like more people get mad, not because of like, oh, he's the good guy now. It's like, no, if he does redeem himself, he is. And people don't want to give that because he's also religious, and that's like taboo for a lot of people today. But again, to me, bigger star than Khabib, one of the like a legend. That the sound clips, the moments, I mean, unforgettable. But I mean, it's over. In my opinion, it's over. Another year of rehab. He just rehabbed all those injuries. Another year of rehab. Now you're 40 trying to fight. Like, had a good run, and I wish, the best going like his next adventure, because that's hurts me to see him go out like that. It was obviously disappointing for a lot of people too. And now the hyenas can come out and make fun of somebody that tried to come back and be successful. Somebody that was already successful, just coming back for the love of the game. So they're out of the woodwork, but at the end of the day, he is who he is. And to me, he was like the most electric person that took UFC to a whole different level, that made a bunch of casuals like me tune in more often, which I did. Now I watch the UFC. I don't think I rarely miss an event, because he's the one that he just grabs your attention. He's just electric, whether you like it or not. Khabib wasn't electric with his 0-7, 1-3 fighters until he beat Gaethje like Connor. And to this day, Khabib, like all their fans, only go on Connor posts. Like they don't go on any other post. The only thing that they hang their hat on is him beating Conor McGregor, and literally nothing else after that. So he's uh, R.I.P. It was sad to see him go out like that. That's all. But yeah, in my opinion, he's done. Some people think he might come back. He says he'll try to come back. I don't know if I'm his family or somebody, just out like 40 years old. What are we doing? Even John Jones came back like 38 and he fought once and that's it. And John Jones ain't coming back either, by the way. And he would have beat Aspinall because everybody said, we're going on a tangent here. I'm going to wrap it up. Uh, Everybody said the French guy was going to be like the toughest opponent, 30 seconds, he's out of here. And everybody now says this about Aspinall. And Cyril Gahn was piecing up Aspinall too. And we saw what John Jones did to him. So, my opinion, they're both done. Legends. RIP to see him go like that, Connor. And RIP to the gaming industry if this goes on in a way to bring it back around. This is RIP. If you condone this, you condone to anything else moving forward. The price change. I don't want to hear about when Ubisoft, when Grand Theft Auto and everybody else, like, oh, base edition with a couple extra missions. All they do is take something from the game, separate it, and now you pay extra for it that would have been in all those games. So if this is successful, other companies, this is the lab rat. This is the beginning, the catalyst of a new price again. And it's all for profit because they're firing people. Like they're firing people from all sorts of studios, right? Like Xbox said that they're firing a bunch of people. And now Quebec, video game industry in limbo, studios cut back. So they're gonna cut back on employees, right? Xbox, yeah, large 120 at Xbox owned company. They're gonna cut back on employees but raise the price of games to $100. What do you think that is? That's all profit. It's for shareholders only. That's not you, by the way. 1% of the world controls 99% of the money, meaning 99% of the shareholders are basically the 1%. They're the ones that get put the most money in. This is all about return. It has nothing to do with making a quality game. It's going to be $100 game for the base game basically, and it's just to make returns. And so I'm not buying. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm not buying GTA 6. I played a lot of Apex. I don't buy the events. I don't give them $180 because the game has gotten progressively worse. So my message in this video to conclude the long rant is you shouldn't buy this. I can't tell you yes, no to buy. Obviously, I can't tell you what to do. You should not buy it because of what you're condoning, what the fine print of this means. You know, so you can still voice your concern with your money. They don't actually listen to your voice. Your money is your voice because you can say, "Oh, I hate GTA. GTA sucks. I can't believe they're doing this." Blah 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 blah. But here's my $100 because I want to play it. You can't. That you know what they heard? This is awesome because they gave us the money. So that's money is condoning. So that's the way you got to think about it. That's my rant. That was long. I know the UFC thing I could get going on the other end, but that's it. And that's the message I want to leave you with. Peace.